This is Physics Project 2, Hierarchical Axis Aligned Bounding Boxes. So our terrain is made up of over 500,000 triangles, and we need to efficiently detect collisions with our little ship. We do that with hierarchical axis aligned bounding boxes. Basically, we recursively generate smaller and smaller bounding boxes wherever a vertex exists and store triangle information like the normal, so that when a contact point of the Viper enters the bounding box during the broad phase collision, it will only try to detect collisions with the triangles in that box during the narrow phase collision detection. So let's go over the controls. So we've got W, A, S, and D. We've got Q and E, and J and L. If we also have the arrow keys for rolling and for pitching, and if you press R, if you press R, it'll bring the ship to a complete stop. 0 toggles between the camera view and the play mode. And if you're in the camera, you got WASD, you've got Q and E, we've got the arrow keys, and that's about it. We also have the 9 key, which toggles debug mode. And if you take a look at our objects, you can see the axis aligned bounding boxes of each object except the terrain by using the square bracket keys. We don't do the terrain because there's about 60,000 bounding boxes on the terrain, and it's just too much for the video card to render efficiently. And the spacebar toggles the night and day cycle. Okay, so the ship has 6 contact points, which are colored. And when the ship comes into contact with the terrain, with a bounding box of the terrain, the box is drawn with the color of the contact point. And there we go. So the front contact point is making contact with the bounding box, so it's red. So let's fly over a few of these, see if we can get close enough. Keep track of the last 50 bounding boxes I made contact with, just for the sake of drawing them so you can see where you've made contact. So you can see some there. So once the contact point makes contact with one of the bounding boxes, the narrow phase collision begins. And when that happens, a number of things happen. So let's make some contact here. Okay. So first of all the triangles in the terrain here associated with the red bounding box are being compared with all the triangles associated with the ship contact point, and you can see them there. The red little boxes there are the centers of the triangles associated with the contact point. Once an intersection is found, the narrow phase collision detection is exited. When a collision is made, the ship's forward velocity is zeroed and the ship is pushed back along the normal of the triangle it made contact with. The vertices of the terrain triangle are highlighted with purple boxes. You can see them here, here, and here. The triangles of the ship we talked about already. And then finally I draw some sparks at the contact point. So let's see how this works for real. So the velocity is being stopped so it doesn't go through the terrain. And let's see if we can do some other contacts here. Alright, so yeah, there's the wing doing some narrow phase collision. Rotate that. Now the rear is, and the other wing. And the tail. Nope, the wing made it. Anyway, that's about it for this demo. Hope you enjoyed it.